I was told I had to use a microphone. I don't think I need it, but I better do it anyway, so I'll get in trouble. So, welcome. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Pete Daly. I'm the Fire Chief with Yuba City Fire Department, and we're here for a very neat occasion, and that is to promote 4 personnel in our department to officers and battalion chief, captains and battalion chiefs. Before we do that, I'd like to just go ahead real quick and recognize 2 of our council members that are here today, Councilman Dukes and Councilman Starkey. Thanks for taking the time to be here today. Also, did I see Karen Cardicelli here? There she is, hiding in the corner. A previous council member, Councilman and Mayor Karen Cardicelli. Thank you for being here. We have some department heads here today. And also, I think we had another council member to show up. Just in time, Tej, come on in. Tej Man, council member. So, a few months ago, we took on a long process of going through testing for the position of fire captain. We had 3 openings due to some retirements, and we had a position of battalion chief due to retirement. And that's a long process. It's very challenging. It's a lot of studying involved, a lot of late nights, working hard, and we had many people go through. Everyone did very well, and one of the positive things as a fire chief, when you get the certification list, whether it be for the fire captain or for the battalion chief, it's nice to always see a lot of names on there, because that means that everybody did really well. But also, it's really challenging to pick who's going to fill those positions. Because as fire chief, I get the discretion to pull off the certification list who I want to promote. So the positive thing is it's nice to have lots of people to choose from, because the last thing that you want is when you go to look on a list and you need 3 people and only 2 passed. Not a good thing. So that kind of makes it kind of rough. But on the other side, it's also really rough when we have good candidates on there. They can all do the job. They've demonstrated through the testing process that they can do the job. And then I have to decide who I think is going to be the best fit. So the 4 gentlemen you're going to meet today are 4 that I feel that will fit in this organization very well as officers. I feel they've earned it. And I think they're really good people to help take this this department to the next generation and move it forward as we move forward. So with that, we're going to start off with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Mr. Chase Kennedy is going to come up and take care of it for us. So if you all stand, please, and face the flag. So before we get to the badge pinning, let me explain to you a little bit, because some people don't understand our structure and how it works. The first 3 promotions we're going to do is for the position of fire captain. Fire captain is a first-line supervisor position, and it fills a role on an engine company. Our current engine companies, we have what we call 3O staffings. We have a firefighter, an engineer, and a captain on each engine, and that captain is responsible for his or her own fire station. They're responsible for all the emergency runs in that area. They're responsible for the personnel, training, prevention, everything that happens in their district they're responsible for. Oftentimes when they first arrive on scene, they're also responsible as an incident commander to run that incident or run the fire or emergency until the battalion chief gets there to assume command. So it's a very important position. It's a very responsible position. And he's our first line of contact, or she's our first line of contact between the rest of the employees, the engineers, and the firefighters at the management level as a supervisor. So with that, I'd like to ask Kevin Kennedy to come up. And I believe Denny and Michael and Chase. I'm going to get on the other side and have you guys scoot that way. Now, the biggest challenge with these promotions The badge is usually pretty easy to put on. It's usually the bugles. They're a little tougher. So we'll see how they do. So the not only do they get a badge which says fire captain, but they also receive, at the rank of captain, you receive your first set of bugles. And what the bugles represent, in this case, the captain insignia for bugles is 2 parallel bars, or 2 parallel bugles. And the bugles are deep in tradition. If you're not familiar with the fire service, they go way back to the early days when, before we had radios and all that communication stuff. What they used to do to communicate on the fire ground was whoever was in charge had a big old trumpet that looked like a bugle. And that's how they'd yell the orders out to the people on the fire ground. And hopefully the fire guys heard them. So, but that's how all the orders were given back then. So as we went through the fire service through the years, as tradition developed, the bugles became a sign of leadership and responsibility. And the buck stops with that person, with that captain, with that engine company. So along with all the accolades that you get with being a fire captain, you also have all the accountability and responsibility as well, which falls on that fire captain. The buck stops with him or her. So good luck, Kevin. So with that, now I tell you, who's going to be pinning the badge? I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. And who gets the bugles? There's one set. There's the backs. You want me to show you, or you got it? Oh, he's got it. He's been practicing. Doing great. Good job. So as fire chief with the Yuba City Fire Department, I now promote you to the rank of fire captain. Congratulations. This is where you say a few words.
A very few. Thanks for coming out today and supporting this. I have a special thanks to my crew members, the people of this department, and obviously most of all to my family. They've sacrificed a lot, as much as I have or more, in order for me to be here today. So thank you to you guys.
Good job. Good job. Thank you. Good job. Okay, the secretary put in alphabetical order so I wouldn't mess up. Thank you. Where's Mr. Lawson? Come on up. Bring the family. Oh, your other family. The engine company. No. Shane's unique in the sense, I'm going to brag a little about Shane here, is Shane, we have a rank system. Like I said earlier, in our fire department, we have firefighter, engineer, and captain. As far as I know, in the history of the Yuba City Fire Department, this is the first time we've promoted a firefighter all the way to the rank of captain. So he did exceedingly well. So. Great job, Keyston. All right, as Yuba City Fire Chief, at this point, I'd like to introduce to you Captain Shane Lawson.
I use my clown show voice.
I was going to say, this is a guy that does our clown show and gets in front of hundreds of kids and he doesn't want to speak right now.
No, I was just going to say, I'll just, my voice, my clown show voice.
Okay. That's great. Mr. Pratt, you ready? All right, as the Fire Chief of Yuba City, I'd like to congratulate you, Captain Pratt. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, that takes care of our 3 fire captains. The next gentleman coming up went through a testing process as well. He's been a captain for quite a long time, and he competed against many other qualified individuals for the position. Very tough decision on which direction to go, but I felt this was a person that I wanted in the job for some very specific reasons, and not just Eric, but all the 4 candidates. I've sat them down and laid out some very clear expectations on the direction that I think they need to go, and this organization needs to go next, as we move through some tough budget times and tough issues and roads ahead as we all get challenged. So with that, this next individual, he's being promoted from captain to the position of battalion chief. On any day, our staffing levels, we have 5 engine companies on duty with 5 captains and all their crews, and then we have our battalion chief, who's our first level manager. So they're the next level up. So he gets 2 bugles as well, but they're cross bugles and they're gold bugles. So he'll be shifting from silver to gold. Gold representing chief officer in the organization. A key person, one of 3 battalion chiefs we have in the organization. A very key position for us, runs daily operations for the department, and not only that, but also is the incident commander at many emergencies, and basically is running the department and acts on my behalf when I'm not in town. In fact, recently I was out of town for 7 days, and I called Eric up and said, "You're the acting fire chief. Have a good time. I'll see you in 7 days." So, and call me if there's any problems. So with that, Eric, come on up. Yep, come on up. Bring up the family. So who gets the badge? I'll get you right there on that collar right there. Sometimes they put one of those little plastic things in there. It's kind of hard. You got to kind of work around it. Just turn to the left a little bit. On the other side. All right, from this day forward, Captain Parker, you'll be now known as Chief Parker. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, that concludes our badge pinning ceremony for this afternoon. I appreciate and thank all of you for coming today, family and friends and other city employees. I know Janelle and Diane did a great job. There's cake out there and drinks, so please eat it. Otherwise, it goes back to the fire station and the guys will eat it. So thank you and have a good day.